And we got bananas in chat from Gaff the Dragon, Yellow Harold, Spooky Doki, Aqua Roo, Emerald Rain, Matt Rat Z Matt, Emeraldton, Seb SV, Happy Face 172. Thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. I appreciate it. So I said we should make a thumbnail. I did not expect everyone to get all lined up and ready to go like this. So this is amazing. I want to be in this thumbnail, you know. Okay. Let's actually do it like that so everyone can have their name in. Okay, and I'm going to stand here and then we're going to press F2. Bam. Sweet, there we go. I like Jimbo's tongue sticking out there. Oh, why are Minecraft skins so funny and adorable, eh? Oh, awesome. Let's have a look in chat. The Real Train Craze says, "Hi, Asuma, this is the first stream of yours that I've watched live. By the way, Grian's diamonds disappeared from his ender chest." I have received many reports of this. Grian himself hasn't messaged me, so I don't know what's going on there. But based on how the messages I'm getting are quite different from one another, I think maybe his audience misunderstood what he was saying or something. If he had an issue, it would come to me. You know, because I've had some people saying they've been stolen. I was like, stealing from an ender chest? Well, how's that work? Anyway, look, loads of materials have been put together by the peeps. I should probably go into survival mode now. I don't think there's anything else for me really to do in this mode, right? As you can see, I've got all of my tools over here. I believe it was Spangle who made most of these. I'm getting slapped. What's going on? What's going on? I'm supposed to watch, apparently. Hydrostatic says, "I saw Alice in Chains and I immediately clicked." That was the pre-stream music, by the way. I'm in survival. That's where I'm at. I've got diamonds. I'm going to give these diamonds away. A diamond for you, a diamond for you, and for you, and for you, and for you. There we go. We got noises in the ear from Akira73, That Hoot Owl in between the streams. Also, Let's Do It 135790. Resubscribe for 7 months saying, "Yay, 7 months, love your content, keep it up. Can't wait for more months. Thank you for being such an amazing YouTuber." Thank you for the lovely message and thank you for your support. We got Spooky Doki here. Tier 3 for 15 months in a row. Isn't Spooky online? Or maybe I just saw... No, yeah, you are online. And I think I read your bananas in chat. What we got over here? Okay. So, I mean, let's just check out how many resources have been prepared for this project. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness me. I mean, yikes, basically. Yikes. Shulker box is full. Oh, my word. Oh, my days. Yikes. So, yeah, absolutely redonkulous. I mean, redonkulous is a made-up word. We need a new made-up word. Oh. And then all of this. You know what we do need over here? We need food for all the peeps. Look, everyone's standing around ready to get going. I'm just keeping them in suspense, aren't I? How are you doing? My favourite YouTuber that only sells the Sahara. Oh, reminding me, are you, Space Dave? I see. Oh, peeps are saying the timer is frozen. Timer isn't frozen for me. How odd. Hermiator says, "When is LPMT getting updated?" I don't know, but I believe it just requires the main thing to get updated to 1.14. Now, when it comes to the plot world, there's loads of plugins, so there's all this extra stuff to update, whereas I think this server is easier, but I don't know when that's ready for 1.14, so we're still on 1.13 over here. Yes, what other things do I want to mention at the beginning of this stream? Diggity Dunculus, says Seb SV. Diggity Dunculus. Oh yes, I remember now. So if we press this button and show loaded schematics. Okay, that's not actually what I want. Maybe it's schematic manager, click on that. And that's not there either. I hate to be like mean on this mod because someone's put a lot of passion and time and energy into it, but it is really rough. It is really rough to use this mod. Okay, so inside of this build alone, there is 600,000 blocks of stone. You know, apparently there's loads of water buckets. I'm assuming it means actual water blocks. As we scroll down, we might see some more exotic materials, maybe. But look, everything is in redonkulous qualities here. Wow, basically. Can we sort this any other way that's interesting? I don't think so. Available is probably what's in my inventory. So yeah, like a really crazy build is what's going to be built here. Now, what I kind of don't want to do is show you the whole thing and then start building it. But I could do that. I'm not going to ask chat. I'm going to ask in-game chat. Okay, so some of these people will be watching. Should I show the? Garth is just immediately nodding. Do you know? I'm going to show it because Garth did all of this. So it's his hard work that's gone into this. If he wants it shown off first, then I will do so. I don't really have a reason to or to not. You're kind of going to see the end product from the beginning, and then all the peeps on here are going to come together and build it. It's Fozzie is here, resubscribing for 12 months in a row. That's a Goldie face for It's Fozzie. Awesome, dude, and welcome, by the way. Perfect timing in a way. Kind of ominous that you're here today, Fozzie, because this is a big community project which you are very much known for doing. So I believe if I do press some buttons, we will now be able to see this. It can be a little bit slow to load in. Obviously it's not going to look as gorgeous as when it's finished, but this is the botanical garden right here. Fozzie says, "Oh, community stuff, I like that." Well, Foz, you're welcome to join us on the server. You're a yellow name, so you can log in and play. WM Fawn is here resubscribing for 6 months, saying hidden sub be like smiley face. What is the hidden sub though? Okay, I don't know if this is the edge of the schematic or not. Actually, the big box probably says yes. When I was messing around with this mod the other day, it was kind of slow to load the schematic. It would load like a chunk load, so you could see the other part of the world first. But look at this transforming down here at the beach. So the plan is that I'm supposed to focus more on building the buildings, and the community is supposed to focus more. Here you go, look. You see how that was slow to load? They're supposed to focus more on the terraforming that goes on around it, and there is a lot to be done. I figured I would start with this building here first of all. It's not the main building, but I feel like we would easily do that in a single stream. So that's where we're going to start. Okay, now there's stuff underground and all of that as well, but for now we'll leave it at that. So if I go... I'm going to work with single layer, or should I do all below? All below is probably easier for me. All below. Now, has that reset the value for that? Okay, so they have independent values. Don Brico in chat says, "Wow, this is nuts. Garth is an absolute madman. I love how it all fits together." Oh yes, it does fit together very well, doesn't it? Pony Hunter 11876 is here doing cheers on throwing bits, saying, "Hey X just jumped over from Iskall working on his Nether tunnel. Looking forward to the stream." Thank you so much for the cheers and bits. Yeah, I saw Iskall was streaming. I've been quite interested in some of his projects he's doing lately. I'm very inspired for Hermitcraft at the moment. It was almost difficult to be pulled away to do a different project, but I think even when you're in a good streak, maybe a little bit of a break from doing the norm is still good. So I'm happy to be over here. Now it kind of looks like we're going to start off. Right, look at this. You see, it's got some underground kind of level to it. We're going to start off with that right there. I think we're going to put in this grass around the building and then start building it up and possibly even building it down. The fact that there's all this other terrain here kind of makes it a little bit tricky. Gunsmoking chat says, "Trying to please the Plot World peeps, you mean?" This isn't the Plot World, by the way. This is the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. And we've been planning projects to do together for a long time. We've been talking about it because it's been quite some time. And finally that begins today. I've been looking forward to getting back to this. I just went on a really wild streak with Hermitcraft where all I wanted to do was play Hermitcraft every day. You know? But it's good to change things up. Even like I said, even though I felt like I was on a real good streak over there. So I guess the first thing we're going to be messing about with is grass. Also, I would half like to change some of the colour values here. If I press M and C, you see I can get into the colours. This one right here, I'd just like it to be a little bit more neutral. Now can I get a preview of the colour? Maybe I'll pick like a light grey. Well, that's actually probably more of a moderate grey. Yeah, like that. Now if I do this... There you go. Is that better or worse? It's a little bit more bearable, but it's not the nicest of colours, is it? It's the transparency that's the real problem. I wonder if I can mess with that as well, actually. M and C is options. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Yeah, I believe this doesn't work. It's this one right here, and it doesn't work for me. But we'll give it a shot. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so I've got to find the grass one. Do you know what'll be really good? Visual help here. So I'm going to go in and... Oh, that wasn't supposed to do that. Did I? Yeah, okay, I did take that out. Let's go put that... I'm going to put it to the left, right? So leaves are there. If you want andesite, it's over here. You've got like a visual cue now. Oh, I'll tell you what, while I'm doing this... we'll turn it off for a minute, peeps. Okay. Probably don't need to do all the glasses if they're mixed together. So we're getting noises in the ear here. Spangleboo is resubscribing for 27 months in a row. Spangle, thank you ever so much for your support. That's 3 Twitch babies right there. Triplets, but not really because they're at separate times. I mean, yeah. Thank you, Spangle. 2014 Nintendo has resubscribed for 2 months, and Zuzu36 TV has resubscribed for 4 months, saying hi, Asuma. Hi, Zuzu. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying your time here with us today. Chimmikangus guy says, hey X, is there a way for me to subscribe using Twitch Prime? We don't have Twitch Prime here in India. I mean, legally though, officially. I mean, if you have Amazon Prime, I'm sure there's a way. I don't know what you're asking really, because if you've got Amazon Prime, you should be able to use it, right? Okay, Coolster over here. You know, I'm not going to mess with these ones now, because they're all kind of together. Oh, here we go. Someone was probably trying to divert my attention to that. Now we should probably go sleep in a bed. Huh. In we get. Let's see in chat. 2014 Nintendo says, Asuma, I know this is off topic from what you're doing, but I built your raid farm on my survival realm. It works great. Do villagers just keep throwing gifts at you until the hero of the village buff runs out? I think what they do is they throw you it 2 times. There'll be 2 sets of them throwing it to you. So there will be a initial throwing that happens quite quick after the raid ends, and then there's like a second one about 5 minutes later. That's what I experienced, but I didn't run too many tests. It was just kind of that, basically. Okay, so we got a... Seb SV says you should take a look at Safe Spectate plugin. It manages spectator mode for non-ops. I'm not sure if that's something we'd want to add, but that's a good idea, Seb. I mean, there's an idea to that, is what I'm thinking. That might be useful. Maybe something for our team to think about. So I've rendered it all below, right? I think the leaves is kind of goofing with what I can see. Yeah, it's the leaves. So because the leaves are transparent... Right, it makes... Like, you can't see the rest of the schematic behind it, but it's there. I think I'm actually going to start just by expanding this border a little bit. Is it that one? Yeah, there you go. Tiny little bit of hitbox to hit on there. So we've got noise in the ear from Emeralton. Doing cheers and throwing bits, saying, hey X, is this stream going to be put on the second channel? Yes it is. Pretty much all my streams go on the second channel. There are occasional exceptions. That was what went into my head. Exceptions. There are occasional exceptions. I couldn't give you a good example of one because I don't know off the top of my head. Pretty much everything goes up on there. Thank you so much for the cheers and the bits. Appreciate it. Whoopsie doopsie. 2014 Nintendo says, okay, cool, I got an over 40 villagers crammed into the 3x3 space. I have to move around in their pens so they can see me because they can't move that good. I think I've been getting more than 2 gifts per villager though. Yeah, there may be more to it, perhaps like a villager rating system or something, right? Like if they're happy and whatnot, it'll give you more, who knows. Okay, so what's wrong? Oh, that's not actually right. That's not actually grass blocks is the problem there. King of Skylords says by pressing M and page up. That'll raise the layer that we can see. Look, here's a clear example of the problem. Look at that. I can see the terrain. I don't see the rest of the schematic. Can you see it? So I figured it's probably smart to start off by placing in these blocks where they want to go, just so you can move across in front of the leaves and have an easier time. It is kind of trippy moving across like this, placing these blocks. We got a noise in the ear from Naomi For Me. Resubscribed 4 months, saying, hello, insert well thought out comment here. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for the nice message. I appreciate your subscription there. Thank you ever so much. We got Zinthan, resubscribing for 6 months. Zinthan, thank you for the continued support, dude. Appreciate it. And we've also got Garth 012, the man who put the build together. Resubscribed for 24 months. Talk about timing. Diamond face in chat right there. 2 years of support from the Garth. Garth says, hey X, thanks for helping. It's a lot easier to build in layer mode. Layer mode, what am I using then? I guess I probably am. I've just got it set kind of high, right? Like it might be easier if I started here for now. Anyway, we can see where the blocks are going to go. And we're just sort of building our way up here to get those leaves out of our way and to get across to the same level. So I guess I could grab... Oh, it's actually dirt, and I've got some. I guess I could do a little bit of this as well. Let's go find some dirt. Now, Garth, I found a problem with your build. I think it's a plot world issue. That's going to have to be the dirt, coarse dirt, the one that doesn't spread. Oh, and I fell in the hole. Well, that was going to happen sooner or later, you know. We got a noise in the ear from Sean5, resubscribing for 2 months, and Hyper Jimbo for 10 months in a row with the Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much, peeps, as always, appreciating the support. Hyper Jimbo playing on the server, the man with the tongue. Isn't that Hyper Jimbo, or am I getting confused here? Let's turn this off. And yeah, look, the peeps are placing in grass. Awesome. So I'm going to go try and find some coarse dirt, which I'm not seeing. Oh, there you go. Look, visual hints, visual clues, peeps. Okay, I'm all clued up over here. If it's dirt, just let it grow to grass, says Garth. I think I'd like to keep your patterns in there. They look nice. If you set the hotkey to pick first block to K, it works like pick block but for the schematic. I think it's already set up like that. Also, we've got a drunk cow in chat. Major here is saying, I think the schematic, there's 2 layers of grass. The bottom and the top layer is turning into dirt. There's 2 layers of grass. The bottom and the top layer is turning into dirt. There is 2 layers of grass in the schematic, yeah. There's 2 layers of terrain, right? Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So it's actually grass. Yeah, it's grass. Jeez, clever man. It's grass turning into dirt. Because it's actually, that's the pattern on top of it. Fascinating. Fascinating. Well, does that mean I should build up this level down below then? Because there's going to be blocks placed on it. It's all too thick, essentially. I will just go ahead and fill this in over here for now, and I'm gonna just push more towards where we're gonna do some actual building, you know. I don't know what block that is, but we'll change it. And we got a noise in the ear from Plot Worlds doing a donation here, saying, "Here is money to help pay the admins to update the Plot World because money is a language we all understand." That is a very... Is innocuous the word? Very double-edged message right there. The admins update the server out of their own free time. I could certainly pass on the donation to them. But in relation to me asking them not to update the plot world, I have my reasons to do that. And yeah, I've pulled them off it for now, and I'm pretty sure they're already back on it. Like, it was only for a couple of days or so, I think, even. But yeah, I'm aware there's been. So I guess I could talk about it. Like, we had some reasons to not do the plot world straight away, and then we had some backlash over it. People were saying nasty things to my staff about the plot world not being updated. I mean, the plot world is like a free-to-play on server. I pay for it out of my own pocket to keep it online. I do get some donations from people that help pay the bill, and then the admins put their own time and effort in to keeping it online for people, right? And they get stick for that if it doesn't get updated on time, and the whole thing kind of winds me up. So I don't know, like, whoever you are sending that donation, maybe I've misunderstood you, you know? Just with the timing of this little outburst from certain people, kind of made it sound like the comment meant something it didn't, but you know, maybe I'm reading you wrong. If you're well intended, I apologise, and you know, thank you of course for the donation. It will help pay for the server. But yeah. Ah, okay, there we go. So Gunsmoke says, I've been a fan of you for a long time now, but I can't fail to not say that I'm disappointed in what's going on with the plot world. I have trusted sources, and what I hear here is not what you tell us. I've been trying to get the truth for a while, because now the plot world is what brought me to Minecraft and meet a lot of people, and I wish this happens to more people as well, but as now this community is breaking more apart of its problems. I disagree with what you're saying there. I think I've been through many dramas on my time on YouTube, and I see the same patterns happen over and over again. I'll hold up my hand and say my absence of over the last year from the community has certainly contributed to these things worsening, but it's the same old stuff going around and around again. People get these, like, I don't know, they get really uppity about something like just a Minecraft server and when it gets updated, right? Sometimes all you got to do is just be cool and go with it, go with the flow. See, like, it's your own thing to get bothered about, right? I mean, it's a Minecraft server, and you want to get up in arms about it. And whatever your sources have told you, I mean, what more is there to say? It's a server that people play on, and my admins have limited amount of time because all of them have jobs, and you know, they have their own things going on, and then whenever they can, a bit of free time, they dedicate it to working on the plot world and keeping it updated. You know? If you want to talk about how the plot world has changed over time, I can understand people being upset about that, but look, things don't stay the same way forever. That's a lesson you've got to learn in life. There was a time when I used to log on to that plot world every single day and hang out with peeps in my community, but things changed, you know. I started putting my time into different things in life, and you know, the plot world became a place where I was less active. It's fine, you know. Just got to be chill with this stuff. I don't know what more to say if I weren't getting through to those people who have this idea that they should feel enraged and upset and, oh my god, the injustice of the plot world. It's like, come on, it's a Minecraft server, like, you know? Impossible to please everyone, says Debug. Indeed, but it's not just that. It's not just that people are impossible to please, it's that I think the problem is that people group together and they get angry together and they like to, you know, act as if some big injustice has happened or something. I mean, one of the biggest problems we deal with is that whenever something happens in our community where you require a moderator to kind of step in and say, look, you know, let's stop talking about this for a moment because people are getting upset, and then someone wants to respond with, you're trying to censor my free speech, you know, like getting all over the top about it. It's the same thing over and over again, it feels like. Man, I'm getting close to this thing now, by the way. Anyway, you know, what am I doing about the plot world and these kind of things that happen in my community? I'm putting a lot of more time into trying to be around the community at the moment. Every day I check the chats. I go through the chats several times a day, and I've actually been kind of enjoying it. Feeling a little bit closer again, and I'll be, you know, more visible, I guess, moving forward. But I certainly am part to blame for some of what's going on just by not being as active over the last year. Anyway, Lord Sauron03 is here subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much, Lord Sauron. We also got Andalhex here saying, hello Asuma, my last ever donation to you. In my humble opinion, you're ignorant to what some of your staff members do. The backlash isn't since your nasty message. My nasty message? I wish you good luck with your community. Perhaps you can block my donations as well. I mean, you know, if you want to donate, if you don't, whatever. Obviously, you want to get your message across, I think, is the main thing. Of course, I'm going to be ignorant to some of what happens, some of what's going on, but I have to do my best wherever I can when I put my time into it and try and figure these things out. But really, again, it's just the old drama game. It's the old drama game. You just gotta be more easy and listen. Like, so many of these so-called dramas, when I look into them, they just stem from people not wanting to listen to staff. And the thing I say time and time again is that when someone in staff says to you, oh, can we drop this conversation, or can we do this, can we do that? It's the working with them that helps the problem go away. They're not exactly like pointing the finger at someone and going, you're the problem. It's just, hey look, there's clearly going to be a problem here in this chat. Can we just, move the conversation on, etc. And sometimes that might mean you have to ask someone specifically to do that, right? And some people really take it the wrong way, and I can't tell you like enough how many times I've said it that like I'll always back my staff on what they do. Triple Think says, why are you calling people's genuine thoughts and feelings drama? That's quite rude, really. It's one of these things you learn, I guess, as you get older. Maybe actually, it's probably not even an age thing. There's just different types of people, I guess. But I mean, I just see this stuff happen time and time again. Rarely are there like any real injustices. Like, I mean, we're talking about like people chatting and hanging out together and being friends online, and the sort of things that happen in these environments are really nowhere as serious as some stuff that can happen in real life. It's and you can tell from different sorts of people like what type of attitude they have. I mean, some people like myself are just more like, be easy, try not to make a big deal out of everything, and life is much easier to get along with. Someone at one point or another might say something that rubs you the wrong way. Just, take it in good faith that maybe they're not saying it that way. Anyway, what's Gunsmoke saying now? Gunsmoke says, like essentially, if they ever need help, I'm sure this community is big enough that we could get some help. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time on the plot worlds to build cool stuff, but who am I, right? Look, sometimes I really think it's better to get at the core of like what it is you're trying to get at from like a very direct way, not so much these angular statements where we have to then drag other people in and throw around fancy words. Like, I mean, your last comment there just sounds like you're invested in the plot world. It means a lot to you. It's so much better to hear that you're invested, that you want to see the plot world updated and you're passionate about it. That's all fantastic. It's just turn it into some sort of huge issue when the admins can't update it. It's free to play on, like, I pay for it out of my pocket, and people put in their own free time to keep it up and running. Again, just the whole be easy thing. I would totally sympathise with you if you were upset. You play on your favourite server, it takes years for it to get updated. That sucks, I know, but like on our end, the resources just aren't here to do that any different. Like it is what it is, you know. Again, the whole be easy thing. You know, expectations are going to let you down when they're out of your control a lot of the time. Gunsmoke says, Asuma, I'm only trying to tell you my genuine thoughts. You can do whatever you want with it, and I won't force you to do anything about it. Well, look, maybe I'm being a little bit defensive myself, right? Because when I get brought in to deal with stuff, it's usually when it's gone a little bit too far, right? So, you know, maybe if you and I could start a conversation from scratch and forget all the other stuff, we could be productive. You know, in figuring out like what could be done or where to go or how do people feel about this stuff. So Tennessee says your priorities are in the wrong place. Update the plot world. See, that's like to me. Again, like people. There's so much more going on in other people's world. Just, you know, give it a break. You know, sometimes my days are just spent doing nothing but. You know, working, making my videos, doing all the things that I'm committed to, and you know, I might not have time to round people up, get them in a meeting and sort this thing out. It's not a terrible thing that we're dealing with here, yet people seem to get so emotional and irate about it. I don't know, it's really difficult to try and make sense of what I'm saying if it's just a one-way conversation, you know. Well, I'll try. Let's try and reset it a little bit here more. You know, I'll have a look at chat and see what you're saying. So Hype Tex is here subscribing with Amazon Prime, and Elza Lynn is subscribing with Amazon Prime as well. Thank you to the both of you for your Prime subscriptions. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying the stream today. Hype Tex says, I run a network for my local friends, and even that is freaking difficult. Haha, keep them happy is not easy. Definitely not easy, my friend. Definitely not easy. Human Pork Rind in chat saying, hey, X, keep up the good work you were doing. Thank you ever so much, man. I appreciate it. I can't log into the plot world. It says outdated, says Triple Think. Plot world is on 1.12.2. is what the plot world server is on. I've actually been on there quite a few days recently. I've been doing some stuff for Hermitcraft on there. XB Crafted in chat. XB's watching, saying you keep me happy, Asuma. Don't worry. I appreciate the sentiment, dude. Thank you. Nice to have you watching, by the way, XB. Hope all's going well, yeah. I mean, I do get, you know, invested. I do also try and keep my my chin up and keep my thoughts in a good place, you know. Like, I heard of something last night that kind of really alarmed me. Turns out it was nothing, but like, it really did worry me. And, you know, I gotta remind myself just to step back from this stuff a little bit sometimes, not take it all too seriously. If it's, you know, if it's going to drag you down, maybe don't take it too seriously, and then you can think, yeah, this ain't the end of the world. What am I thinking here? Mango Moose says, how about a new positive topic? You know, I will switch topic, but I just kind of feel like I wanted to hear from those people one more time. I don't know, like, can I find the right words to try and get at what I'm trying to get at here? Anyway, let's go pick up more grass. That's what we need. I'm just reading through some of your messages in chat at the moment. Tuxaban says, look people, it's a free-to-play server that a lot of work goes into maintaining before you even get to server versions. It is what you get. Look at the alternative, because because pulling the server completely, that helps no one, says Tuxaban. I like your message sentiment, and I wish people would see it that way. And there's obviously something that leads them to see it a different way. And it's like, that's the thing that I find it hardest to get my head around, because whenever I look at it, it always seems like you just need to be cool about this kind of thing. And somehow all these, I don't know, other reasons come up that I just can't really get with, I guess. This free thing isn't good enough. I want my money back, says Rigsticks. Yeah, I will of course point out that some people do donate to the server, and of course, you know, if they were unhappy they could stop, and I would understand if they still felt upset after you had put money towards something and it turned out not to be what you wanted it. But I mean, there's no advertisement saying pay for this and it will be this. It's just there if you want to support it as it is. Seems like entitlement, says Echotron. Maybe. My biggest problem is that it feels like, from my perspective, that you always see people, these groups forming, these groups of upset people banding together, and it kind of reminds me of like people just fueling gossipy stories together and kind of making their own opinions more exaggerated than they need to be. How's tea treating you these days, Asuma, says XB Crafted. I've been drinking less tea. I noticed that when I drink tea, I go to the toilet in the night when I'm sleeping. I wake up, I need a whiz. If I don't drink it, I mean, I don't seem to do that, and I prefer just to have a big chunk of sleep. So I'm actually not drinking a tea this stream. I've got some water, which I should probably start drinking now. Should probably get on that. Iron Glue says it's a donation. A donation doesn't require receiving party to do anything. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's that is true. Oh, Fawn, thank you. You're giving me the materials for this bit. I see. Oh, and I've fallen down. See, I don't know if I should... See, here's what's really weird about this schematic. Should I start building from here? Like, what happens when I... Let's get a shovel going. What happens when I dig down a little bit? So yeah, I don't have a T at the moment. Is it telling me that those blocks... So I think this was built on the old plot, right? So when we look down and we see it like this, I think this is actually the foundation of the building. Why don't we get rid of some of these blocks? These are ugly. That I could do with getting rid of, you know, then it would make it all easier to look at. So yeah, I'm not drinking tea later in the day now, not even decaf. And I've got water, and I should probably drink some water, right? The water would be nice. Okay, this certainly just makes it a little easier to look at. So we are building up from this point. I don't have... I think I'll go drop off some materials and get stone bricks, crack stone, all that kind of stuff. Right, let's drink some water. Excuse me. Oh, I apologise for the bottle noises. There we go. Bottled water, I hear, says Fozzie. Always bottled water. I always keep a bottle of water with me. Gunsmoke, yep, send me a direct message, email. You can always reach me on the email. But dude, let's approach this with a little bit of a blank slate, okay? Like, I'm here to listen to you if you've got a complaint. I really am. I've received a lot of stuff through the distress of me and my staff spending a lot of time together trying to figure out how to solve problems and then have them come back again. When it seems like, you know, here we are working on updating the Plot World server, and then bam, lots of nasty messages. It is a smaller and louder minority, but you know, I want our communication to be more civil, so we can actually figure out how to move forward, as opposed to getting stuck in this loop we're in, I guess. Right, so. Dude, I'm turning this thing off now. We need 3 types of stone. I think the stone was all inside of shulker boxes. So there's loads of wood over here. Hey yo, stone. I found that. Is there any stone bricks? I can craft stone bricks, but not the cracked ones. So, do we have any cracked... I mean, there's furnaces over here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go put 6 stacks in over here. And then let's get a smelting. Do I have anything of use lying around? I could put in wood for fuel. Someone else here will probably have a good fuel source. Adelhex says, I'm blocked on every other way, so I must donate to deliver the message. People get muted for saying their thoughts in a respectable way. People get banned for stupid stuff. Not all of the stuff is bad, of course. Much love to Winnie, Polly, and Garth. Andal, you can get me on email, like I said a moment ago. Yeah, so to reply to what you said, that the common thing, again, that I discuss with my staff is that we have problems where we see the chat going in a bad direction. All of a sudden, a couple of people are getting a bit tense, someone said something, and when we try and quell the situation a little bit and be like, all right, let's calm this down, let's stop talking about that, let's move it on, that's when we get hit back with this kind of freedom of speech, or people get irate, they get ramped up, rather than what I really want people to do is to work with the staff. You know, if you were, I don't know, just talking about something that seemed kind of innocent to you, but a staff member thought maybe this is going to upset some people here, just be easy and go with what they're asking of you. And the reason that we're trying to do this is just to avoid these kind of things, right? Like, the community isn't... I mean, I've talked about free speech and stuff in the past, but it just seems like that isn't working. We just want the community to be a friendly place, right? And when things are going in the direction of unfriendly, we don't really want that, because a lot of people get upset. So, you know, try and work with my staff more and listen to them more, you know? If something really bad does happen, you can come to me, and I've barely had anyone ever come to me with something that's actually legitimately a problem in my eyes. Yeah, like, never really have I had a complaint towards a staff member that I've had to go, alright, this is an actual problem right here. Like, I've never seen anything like that. It just always seems to be people getting upset about little band stuff. Anyway, we're definitely moving on now. I've said to those of you that have felt upset, angry, or whatever, you can contact me by email. I'll be listening to what you say. I realise now, doing this on a live stream, I might get a lot of emails at once. I don't want to ignore everyone, but I will try to reply in some manner or another. What does LPMT stand for? Says Sirio7. Let's Play Minecraft Together is the name of the server. This is the internet. We're naturally angry and argumentative, says Irish American. No, we're not. Shut up, you. Get out of my chat room. Right, let's... No, wrong... Diddle-dip, pressing all the wrong buttons. That one. That's the combo. There we go. We got Antonio4230 resubscribing for 13 months. Thank you ever so much, Antonio. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Having a good time. Okay. Spangle, I see your message in chat. And you're making me think now. I think I know what you're talking about, if you're talking about something I just said. In which case, I am thinking of all the people who've done good by me, I guess. Yeah, now that I think about it, there has been one or two things that have happened, but yeah, not trying to bring those things up. Suma, what is your preferred sport? Mine is cycling, says Suma Void. I like the username. I love cycling. I'm going to go cycling first thing tomorrow morning. Yes, I am. On the weekends, I go cycling out in the countryside on a really long one. Spangleboo says, well, okay. Yeah, I won't say any more about it, but yeah. Not everyone's been a saint. But 90% of the time it's all good, 99 even. Rubik's Sprony says, what is the mod that you use for preview block things? It's called Schematica. It's a real pain in the butt to use, so if you plan on using it, prepare to spend some time learning it, having problems with it, and most of all, really struggling to get the program it runs off of called Rift working. Every time I try and run this thing, it breaks and you have to refinagle it, basically. Assume you need to do some restoration of your building there. Your middle pillar is starting to crack. I haven't even built this thing yet and it's falling apart. Jeez. Right, kind of looks like we could... Ooh, okay, I see what's going on there. We can come down to this spot and just start building from here, really. What series is this, says Coolgee? It is the Let's Play Minecraft Together series. Let's also get some golden... Oh, they're in my offhand already. They're already in my offhand, jeez. Okay, back onto the inside and then stone bricks. How old is this server? Like a year, says Polly. I think it's more like a year and a quarter at least. It's got to be at least a year and a quarter. Hypertext says, what version is this server? It is 1.13.2. And if you're not aware, if you become a patron, you can play on here. And if you become a tier 3 subscriber, you can play on here today. There is a lot of stuff on this server. It's also not straight vanilla. It's like vanilla with a few interesting changes here and there. One of the very interesting features we have on the server is custom trophies that people can win for participating in stuff. And I believe that there is a raid going down in my chat right now because, out of the corner of my eye, oh my goodness me, that's fast. I look over, and oh, there's some momentum in my chat. That people are keen to talk to that. Oh no, it's an Iskall raid. Oh jeez, there's a Scallium Hearts everywhere. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to my Let's Play Minecraft Together stream. Iskall, thank you so much, my man, for the raid. I appreciate it ever so much. Hope you're enjoying the Wither Roses. I've been dropping you off with plenty of those, delivering them and stuff. Belzebul is here, resubscribed for 10 months in a row. Belzebul, thank you ever so much for the 10 months of support. Well, since we have raiders, I guess I should give you an overview of what we're doing here. And don't be alarmed, on this server I play in both... Well, I don't really play in the other modes, but I play in survival, and I do technical, show you what's going on stuff with spectator, or flying around in creative mode. But I don't do any actual creative building stuff. So the deal is, if we press this right here, that we are building a mega project in our mega. Do you know what, peeps? How many people watching? Okay, this is why I go into creative mode, because I need to look at you, and I'm invisible. Great time to look at you. Who in chat needs to know what Trungle City is? Because we are in Trungle City, and Trungle City is ginormous, and I think there are some things here that you should see. Now I'm going back into spectator mode. Okay, so peeps in chat are saying me. Awesome. Okay, lots of you don't know about the Trungle. Well, these are all of my peeps here, working together, making a mega project called the Botanical Gardens, which we will come back to in a moment. So we are going to fill Trungle City with loads of mega projects. There is an amazing build over here, a beautiful custom tree. This is a postal mall for all the members of the server to get post and whatnot together. And if we fly around, you'll see craziness like this. Giant plot markers that show you where things are going to be built. Now this was the most ginormous jungle we'd ever seen, and we chopped it all down. We chopped down all the wood, or some of it, most of it. So as I fly over here, redonkulous amounts of shulker boxes for projects that people are working on, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm hoping I can locate the map and show you some of the builds, because We're kind of in an empty area of this. We made it so big that you would be able to make projects for years to come on here. So there is a big car park, and I'm not sure what this structure is over here. I think it might be like a museum. Oh, and it's right opposite the football stadium. Okay, amazing. Look at this right here. It's an aquarium, isn't it? And that's like the bones of some sea manatee. We've got a noise in the ear here. We've got Target Zero saying, don't read out loud but answer. Okay. Dude, drop me an email. Drop me an email, Target Zero. I will happily have a conversation with you about that. Thank you for the donation, of course. I appreciate it. Beer Boz resubscribed for 2 months, saying made it for a second month. Thank you again. Thank you again for a second month here. So peeps, if you're enjoying what you stream, if what you're seeing, jeez, words, they're difficult. Be sure to hit me up with a follow here on Twitch. Not only do I stream Let's Play Minecraft together, I stream from the Hermitcraft server as well, like Iskau does. And I've actually just decided to get back onto LPMT today. I've been streaming Hermitcraft for the longest time. I've been really loving playing on there this season, and I'll be doing more of those streams in the future, but I decided to kind of break it up, even though I'm really enjoying it, and do a project with my peeps here on LPMT. So as we look around in this area, obviously it's a football stadium. We all designed this together during live streams, and everything that you see here was built by the people of the community and myself, just building and streaming. We must have done about 10 or so live streams, and we put together this incredible stadium. It's absolutely bonkers. When you go inside, check this out. There are some just amazing details everywhere that people have put together. So I would be like designing floor layouts, and there would be spaces for other people in the community to get involved in, and then they'd come down here and they'd decorate it. One of my favourite rooms is this one right here. Look at this. What a bonkers design. It looks so good. All the strip logs, the ceiling. I think that's daylight sensors. I mean, that must have been expensive. Crazy, crazy stuff. MRV says, I forgot your football is different from ours. Yes. We don't play egg-shaped handball over here. We play football. So anyway, this area is populated with all sorts of crazy cool builds. This is the map right here where Fawn is. I got a feeling they're probably telling me to teleport over, right? Yeah, I'm at the map. So, I don't know when this was last updated, but this is the reserved part of the server for doing these big mega projects together. The stadium is just there, where we were a moment ago, and we're working on the Botanical Gardens, which I don't think was... I think it'd actually be over in this direction somewhere, probably near the ocean. I think it might be this spot here. It says parking, but I think we were in the Botanical Gardens, and that was the postal office. So as you can see, there's loads of incredible, amazing mega projects. And then over here, we've got the original part of the city, which was a bit more of a sort of free-flowing, free-form part for this project. So I'm going to fly over there next, then I'm going to tell you about the Botanical Gardens. Look, sports centre over here with tennis. I hope I remembered the right direction. This feels like I'm going in the right way. And you'll see there are loads of cool, crazy cool buildings being worked on all over the place. Yes, so this is the original area, inspired by Good Times with Scar. Now, anyone who plays on the server is, oh my goodness me, look at that one, is welcome to come over here and create their own tower, because these are all about homes that are towers. Somewhere in here is my one, but I'm kind of disoriented at the moment. So we've got noises in the ear from Panda NNE subscribing. We've got Deadmeat8701 subscribing. We've got Gaming Gova subscribing, and Badger D has resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you to all of you for the wonderful support. I do appreciate it as always. Let's have a look at chat. Grey Gorilla Gamer says, Asuma, do you know you are getting beat in Storage Wars? Yeah, I need to go over there and put in another bet, don't I, before the betting ends. That is something I should probably make a note about. Ooh, this is a mini golf. I heard about this. Yeah, we're going to do a mini golf in this area at some point. I totally forgot about that. Cool, there are just so many projects, but I seem to have not been able to find my way. This feels like it. Aha, this is the start area. Okay, so that's my tower right there, and there are some other incredible, amazing towers in this area as well, all inspired by Good Times with Scar and his Scar City from Hermitcraft Season 5. There's a bridge that we built together, and we did all this stuff on a live stream, right? It's super cool. Mikolas says, wow, amazing builds, incredible, aren't they just? Let's see where Kitty Meow Meow is. So Kitty's over in this area, where they've done a little bit more. So what is the Botanical Gardens? We can actually see, because everyone is building from a schematic. This was built by Garth. If I change the rendering mode to all above, you'll be able to see kind of what this project is going to look like, right? There's going to be buildings, bridges. It's one big garden. There's these leafy areas here. I think it might be a cool idea to put some flower patches in between all of those, but hey, that's just my thoughts. It kind of like merges with the rest of the terrain. There's going to be all this white cliffy area over here. We've got a cherry blossom tree. We've got the main botanical building over here in the middle, looking absolutely amazing. And the one that I'm working on is this one over here. I said I would finish it in the stream, and I'm probably far from actually finishing it in the stream. So I better get back to it, right? Savannah says, where is Iskal? Iskal raided me. Oh, you're probably coming over, like, you've gone to a stream and someone else is there. So Iskal raided me, basically. Right, anyway, we're going to go with all below again, and we're going to continue work on this. Let's go... Sweet, game mode survival, and just continue doing some building together. It's relaxing. Listening to a bit of a Azuku as well, always good. There we go. Any music, artists, bands you would recommend, says Lord Sharon, go over to my music blog. If you go to Google and search Asuma Music Blog, you'll probably find it. Just anything, you know, have a read. Anything on there that sounds interesting. You know, I put my thoughts and feelings on music into words, and hopefully they'll help you figure out if you like something. What I was listening to yesterday, or sorry, not just yesterday, but what I've been listening to recently and I was writing about, was a band called The Comet Is Coming. If you're a fan of anything like remotely jazzy, like you like the sound of a saxophone, if you like progressive rock, like jazz fusion music, like these guys, and you know, and electronic music, they mix those things together incredibly well, and they're really enjoyable to listen to. But what I like about them most, and to be fair, it's probably not the best thing about their music because I'm such a metalhead, it tickles me. They've got like what I can only describe as like 1/0 riffs. So if you play metal guitar, you'll probably know what a 1/0 riff is. But in metal, there's like this this kind of super simplistic approach sometimes where you break a riff down to just 2 notes, and it's like about the groove between the two. And they've got a little bit of that going on for them. They've got this like groove metal thing in their sound where their music occasionally just like drops into a big fat groove where a couple of notes just play off of each other over and over again. And it's often done with a very like electronic tone, but it's super cool, and I really like that aspect of their sound. So yeah, you asked a small and simple question about music, and here he goes waffling on about it again. Oh, this Satsuma fella. I'm new. Lol, why are you anonymous, X, as autumn leaves? I'm not anonymous, I'm Asuma. Chugging between E and F, says Tuxaban. Yes, 1 and 0, E and F. In standard tuning, of course. Often it takes place in like lower tunings as well. Hey Asuma, I'm having trouble getting my YouTube channel off the ground. What advice would you give me, says Great Gorilla Gaming? I would first of all recommend that you are enjoying what you're doing with your content. If you're trying to enjoy it because you want to see growth, that's not a good way to go about it. If you're enjoying your videos and you like them and you think they're good, don't ever like, you know, stay at that one point, right? Like always be trying to improve, and as you try and improve your content and try and grow as a creator, try and find places where you can talk about your content, where you can put it out there a bit, you know? Be respectful of other communities. I'm not talking about going and spamming your video in some community, but let's say you find a forum, something, you know, a place where people talk about the exact sort of content you're creating. Maybe that's a place where you might be able to say to people, hey look, you know, I'm trying to give this a shot, have a little look if you've got some time, and, you know, go about it in a respectable way, and you might find some people have a look, and if they do, that can be a good way to get going. Now, I got started with Minecraft. I was part of the Minecraft forum community. I posted over there, I chatted with people, I had started up my own server and found members through there, and they had a video section, and when I started making videos, I just thought, you know, I'll go post them there, and you know, every time I did, I got a couple hundred views. Unfortunately, it's not like that anymore, but you know, I was being proactive, I guess would be the point, and that really helped. So we've got a noise in here from the Automata. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. The Automata, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. So what do you peeps want to talk about in chat? It's question time or whatever, you know. While I'm building here, placing these blocks. Too bad the MC forums got shut down, says Imported Cheese. Yeah, that was kind of sad. I mean, the forums haven't been what they once were to me for a long time. It's kind of sad to see it go, but hey, you know, it's life. Like, things change and whatnot. It was going to end eventually, I guess, as everything does. Ramsteins has lost fright. Their tickets for their next year shows go on sale, and I'm debating about going with my friends because the week before is Download, and I've got a feeling that they will probably play Download Festival, and so I might see them twice in the space of a week, which I'm alright with, but it means a lot of driving for me, right? Going up and down the country. What is your favourite build style, says Giddy Alloy? Do you know what? I don't think I have one, and I was thinking about this the other day, right? Somewhere around here I've got a shulker box. Didn't I put one down? I think I want to put it down over at the road. Also, Fawn, if you want to help build here, I'd be more than happy to have a little bit of help. As I don't think I'm going to do this by myself, right? In one go. So what was I just saying? Oh, favourite build style. So I've always not considered myself much of a builder, right? I always, like, if you see me doing building, I've probably put a lot of time and effort into getting to where it is. Because of that, I don't really have a favourite because I tend to jump around. Every time I get, like, into building, I'm always trying to do something different with each build. And what I don't do when I play for a season of Hermitcraft is, like, take one build style and then reiterate it over and over again. If you think about the way I play, I don't do a lot of, like, you know, here's my area, it's going to be like a castle and we're going to build it up over the season and whatnot. I tend to just float from one project to the next and try and make each one look and feel different. So because of that, I wouldn't say I have a favourite just because I'm always chopping and changing it, essentially. There we go. What build are you most people, says Autumn Leaves? I don't understand that question, actually. I think X's favourite style is geometric, says Mr. Polymath. I'm very much fond of the geometric builds, that's for sure. And I want to come up with another one for my abstract art building, which I'm planning to build on Hermitcraft soon. Asuma, do you remember the storage container with the stone picture in the frame? Well, I was thinking that knowing Mumbo, that he has connected some redstone contraption to the back of the item frame. I got no idea what that is. Unfortunately, I don't really know. We've got a noise in the ear from Trigger. I'm going to call you Trigger, or oh no, Triggs. It's Triggs, isn't it? The 5 is an S. Triggs is here, resubscribed for 2 months. Triggs, thank you ever so much for subscribing. It feels like forever since I've heard the nickname Triggs or Trigger or anything like that. Anyway, thank you so much for the support, dude. What build are you most proud of, says Autumn Leaves. Oh, I don't know. I am the worst for telling you. If you ask me a question about, hey, you've done all of these things, which one would you pick? I'm like, oh, jeez. Don't put me on the spot now. I feel like I do a disservice to some sort of build that I can't remember. I'm gonna say Wastelands Season 2 is up there. Statue of Hermity is fantastic. Whenever I'm flying around and I see the Statue of Hermity, I'm always like, yeah, that was a great idea. But my Season 2 base, the Wasteland, that was just one heck of a grind. I'll never do a project like that again. That was, you know, that was a different time for me. That was when I was a less active person spending a lot of time on the computer. I was happy to sit there and grind, you know, whereas these days I can't sit still for more than an hour, and I get all fidgety and I'm like, I've got to go exercise. Speaking of which, first thing I'm going to do after the stream, hop on the treadmill. What are you least proud of, says Micro Misbehavior. Oh, right, okay, that's interesting. Like, what have I built and gone, oh, that's smelly. To be fair, I think I've got a pretty good filter for spotting the smelly before it happens, you know. You know, I'll start building something and I'll be like, oof, oh, that's going to reek, that is. People are going to smell that from miles away. So I tend to give up on stuff that I don't feel like is going in a good direction. Remember, a lot of the projects I do kind of have like a pre-planning phase where I do like things in creative and figure stuff out beforehand, you know. Redstone projects are part of that as well. Gamer Chick says, lol, yep, I can't sit for more than an hour and then I need to lift something. Exactly. Need to move around, need to be active. Why treadmill? Weather's so nice at the moment. Why not go outside for a run, says CS Element. I ain't really got the time to warm up and stretch for a run. If I go on the treadmill... By the way, when I say go on the treadmill, I do fast walking on there at the moment. So I play a little bit of PlayStation, and it's just such a great way to get like a 20 minute, half an hour, good strident walk in. You know, if I go for a walk outside, I don't walk anywhere near as fast. I pretty much walk about 4.7 miles an hour. I can do that consistently for 10 minutes, and then I slow it down a little bit if it's a bit rough. But yeah, it's good multitasking. How's your shoulder? Says Matarazmat. Oh, it's constantly feeling like a little bit irritated, like a little bit sore, but I seem to be able to use it fine. I don't know. I'm kind of like, if I think about it, I get annoyed because I really wanted to like lift heavy and bulk up this month. I was like, I thought I was there. I thought I was ready for go for it, and then it's like, oh no, shoulders come back. So anyway, I was messing around the other day with. By messing around, I don't mean I was goofing about or like being irresponsible with my training. I just mean I was experimenting. So I was trying to lift lighter, but lift really slow. And I tell you what, it feels really nice. Like doing a bench press with low weight, but taking your time on the reps. I'm talking about like moving the bar up and down as slow as you can. You can really feel your chest get shredded doing that. So I might actually experiment with that a little bit more, because that's obviously a lot safer for my shoulder. But if I get results from it, then, you know, that's what I want. I just want to build muscle, because muscle, it feels good and it burns calories, and then you can eat more freely. I say freely, like I still eat really healthy and nutritionally, but I just want to eat big all the time. I like my stomach is never satisfied. Like, I'm hungry right now. I could just murder any meal you put in front of me any time of the day. You know. Do you watch Adam Neely? Says Glypotech. I do. Really, really great video. I'm frequently impressed with how engaged with his videos I am. Like, he's the sort of person where you see the video title and, you know, you might be thinking, oh, that'll be alright, that'll be interesting. And then you watch it and it's like, oh, this is really good. You know? Like, I'm just impressed with how engaged by his content I get, I guess. Because you think you know it at some point, but maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Raven Alceta says, tone over bulking up is always better. Yeah, well, tone is kind of what I got at the moment anyway, because I'm pretty slim. I have spent... Oh, this stuff here is actually supposed to stay? That confused me. I've spent like years on a calorie deficit, losing weight. And doing lots of yoga as well. That's a really good way to tone up. Still do the yoga daily. We got noises in the ear from Renahin Ken, subscribing with Amazon Prime, and Jiffy J14, resubscribing for 22 months. Thank you ever so much, my dudes. I appreciate your support as always. Hope you enjoying the stream, having a good time hanging out with us, listening to some good vibes with the Izuku. That's how I feel right now. Good vibes, right? What are you training for? I have a lot of questions. Sorry for repeating. Ask away. I train for fitness. Like, I don't have like a particular goal, or I'm not training for a particular event or anything like that. It's just to stay healthy and to get healthier. Like, my health for me is like, I don't want to say a drug, but like, it's easy to say it's like a drug. I mean, it's my feel-good factor. I've just found taking care of you, like, take care of your body, it takes care of your mind. And so I'm really into health and fitness. Asuma, what is an appropriate place to advertise my channel, says Grey Gorilla. I mean, you'll have to be the judge of that. And learning to be the judge of that is a good skill, I guess. But I couldn't really tell you off the cuff where it would be appropriate or not, because I don't go out there and do that. Do you have any tips for people who want to lose weight and work out, says Mad Arrow. Yeah, I mean, just the thing that I say, like, I know, like, if you want like a more specific tip, then you need to come at me with that question, because then I can give you that answer, right? But I think one of the big things I say over and over again, I think makes a lot of sense, is when you fall off the horse, get back on. If you get that like spur, there's actually two things. If you get that spur of momentum, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go for a run today or a walk or do something healthy. It's hard to get into. It can be difficult. It can be difficult to develop a habit. The thing I say is, you know, when you fall off the horse, get back on. That's what you have to do time and time again. It happens, you know. You can get into it, do a bit of exercise, then you can get demotivated. You know, just don't be afraid to get back on. When you fall off, you know, maybe you eat bad for a while or you don't do any exercise for a week, don't be afraid to get back on it again. It's all about getting back on it again. The other thing I always say is discipline over motivation. Don't make it about how you feel. If you feel like doing it today or not, just do it. Make it the thing that you have to do regardless. Because motivation is fleeting. You know, it comes and goes, and if you want something, you got to work for it, right? That's a lot of that. I think ties into my Minecraft YouTube channel as well. Like, there have certainly been times where it's been not as enjoyable to play, or I've got my mind on other things, but I always told myself, you know, like, hey, this is an opportunity to make a career out of something new and different, and you're gonna work hard for it, like, no matter what. And I've certainly got past the period where I would have, you know, times when I didn't really want to work on videos or whatnot, but I did. And now I'm just at a point where every day I love it. It's breezy, like, I'm just in a really good flow, and always enjoying it. And if ever I do, you know, maybe have an off day where I don't feel like it, I've got the flexibility now. You know, I've been doing this for years. My channel's well established. It's doing really well, and all that hard work really paid off. You know, it really did. The Automata says, that's a good mindset, especially for those who sit at a desk for most of the day. Gain some weight working at an office for getting back to basics with working out. Awesome, dude. Yeah, keep at it, man. Like, yeah, sitting on your ass will really do that to you. It started to do that to me. I never got overweight, but I remember there was a time when I, like, measured my height, weighed myself, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of, like, approaching the overweight thing, and that kind of rocks me a little bit, I think, swayed me. I'm not one of those people who's had, like, one of those life-changing moments. Like, when some people talk about this stuff, it's like, one day it just hit me and then I turned around and started running every day. For me, it was always just gradually going in this direction, building on it. But maybe something like that sort of triggered it in a way. Finding others to ride bikes with helped me. Maybe you can encourage others to join you and motivate each other, says Rockdoor. If that's for you, I just do it myself and get on with it. There are cycling clubs where I am, and I have thought about joining them, but the problem that I see is that I'm such a like busy myself type person, right? Like, from the start of the day to the end, I'm like dividing up my day and getting things done, right? So when it comes to cycling the bike, it's like, I just want to jump on the bike and go. I don't want to, you know, go to a meeting place and, you know, meet up with other people and you know, have chats or whatever. Like, I wanna put my time straight into doing this, because when it's done, I'm gonna go do the other thing. That's just the way I do stuff, I guess. I like my own company when I work out. It's my time to think and process, as Gamer Chick. Yeah, I find working out, yoga, running, not so much cycling. Cycling, I think, is a little less engaging to get quite to the same spot. But yeah, it's very meditative. It's very like meditational, right? Because your kind of body and your energy is all sort of absorbed in one place, and it clears the clutter out of your mind. Okay, let's what we got else? Oh yeah. Let's take some of that. Sweet. Let's keep on building here. Mad Arrow says, I recently lost a little bit of weight, and the change with how easy it is to walk around and move now is definitely worth the lifestyle change. Yeah, that's something really good to bring up, dude. Also, like, I would say, you know, like, for me, it's interesting how far that goes. One of the weird things I found about health and fitness is, like, it felt really good, you know, in the beginning, running on a regular basis. But if I were to take my fitness when I first started doing that compared to now, it's like worlds apart, and it's amazing like how deep it can go, like how much of a difference it can make, I guess. Like, you can go further and further with it and feel better and better. And in terms of flexibility and like general movement, I've experienced that because I do a lot of yoga, and I'm quite a I don't know if you say stiff, but like not very flexible in general. But I've really worked on it over and over again. There's certain poses and routines that I practice over and over to like open up the body, and yeah, you really can start to feel it. Stuff gets easier, you know. Like, one of the things that changed for me was perhaps going to gigs became easier. Like, oh my, I used to get chronic backaches going to gigs and standing around all night. These days, I get a little bit of it, but not much. Oh, look at that. I fall off right as I'm about to place the last few blocks. How typical. How typical. How do you balance your YouTube, Twitch, and your health, says Pizza Pro. I'm very disciplined and organised. Like, as soon as I wake up, I get up and go. I don't like to lay in. I get on with the day. I don't like if I catch myself doodling on the internet, looking at Wikipedia articles, browsing Reddit, you know, stuff like that. I cut all of that out. Don't do that, right? You know, I'll be figuring out my plan for recording as the day goes on. Right, I'm going to do this bit next, I'm going to do that bit next, and it all kind of just comes down to just keeping yourself on task, always knowing what the next step is. And so it's like, you know, I'll be like, alright, I'm going to get on the computer, I'm going to get all those redstone supplies together, and I'm going to record that clip and do this, and then when it's done, I'm like, bam, right, next thing, going for a walk, or walking the dog, getting on the treadmill, making food, you know, like, it's all just, I keep it all focused. One Eye Louis says, I'd watch yoga with a sumo in his scream mask. Oh my god, that would be the worst. I tell you what, that would be so bad, because when you've got that mask on, it's kind of hard to breathe and everything's... Oh, this is interesting next, isn't it? Let's go down by one. Let's see if we can hop and place the last of these then. Yeah, when you've got that mask on, it is hot in your face and it is tricky to breathe, and you need to have like a good breathing pattern for doing the old yoga. Have you ever played basketball, says Gorilla Gaming? I did when I was at school as a kid, and I always thought basketball was a really cool sport. I liked it. And then recently I brought a basketball, and whenever we would walk past the court that they got at this one park we walked through, I would just shoot a few hoops, and I really enjoyed it. Have you tried hot yoga, says Gamer Chick? I have not. One day I did like, the room was hot, so I shut the windows. I mean, I don't know if it's the same effect, but I hated it. I was like, oh, it's too stuffy, get me out of here. Oh, that one should probably be coarse dirt, right, is the deal there. What do you think of the PewDiePie Does Minecraft series, says Glyphotech? I don't watch it, but, you know, it's cool that he's doing it. I mean, like, if I'm going to watch a Minecraft video, I'm going to watch, you know, someone playing Hermitcraft or someone doing crazy cool stuff like Mango. you know. Do you play table tennis as Extreme Gamer? I do not, but I wouldn't mind playing that. I like sports. Orflynn is here. He's subscribed for 7 months in a row. Orflynn, thank you ever so much for your 7 months of support. I appreciate it ever so much. By the way, I can constantly hear the follow noise going off in my eardrum, so thank you everyone for doing that. If you haven't done so already or you're thinking of it, feel free to hit the follow button. I stream here on Twitch. Problem. You know, quite regularly. So if you like what you see and you want to catch more, then hit the follow button. And I was trying to think of a word that rhymed with more, and all I could think was galore, galore, galore. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Do we have Scar in chat with us today? Okay, quite a few people are saying hello to Scar. I missed Scar's message, unfortunately. Someone please give me the repost, because the way my chat is set up, I can't go back and scroll through it. Unfortunately, it's not a thing I can do. Firebreather3955 has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Firebreather, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying the stream, having a good time. By the way, did we go up by 2 blocks? Yeah, look. Might make more sense to do a little bit of this while we're here. A little bit of this. Okay, did I miss Scar's message again? Got a feeling I did. Command & Conquer is getting remastered, says Cosmo Guy. Haven't they done that already? I think it's been remastered. I'd like to see what exactly that is, or how it's going to look. One of the things I love about Command & Conquer is the graphic style. Okay, did I bring enough grass over here? The graphic style. I just love that yeah, I've said it, haven't I? Graphic style, that's it. Good times to Scar. Quoting yourself, are you? No, I'm messing with you. Saying, I want to see X try a float tank. Oh, yeah. No, I like the sound of a float tank. Yeah, no, I generally like the sound of that stuff. Oh, there we go. Cheers. Thank you again. That sounds really interesting to me. I think you would like it. I'm pretty sure I would. Yeah, I really like the sound of them. I've done one. It's amazing, says Iron Glue. Yeah, they really sound quite fascinating. Yellow Howard says, Asuma, have you ever considered having a productive, active hobby? That way you could get some exercise and also you end up doing something useful. For example, I do blacksmithing, which helps with strength, but I also end up with a cool product. I mean, I've thought about finding a hobby from time to time, but like, I just never seem to think or find something that clicks other than music, right? And that being said, playing the guitar, that was a workout, I'm telling you. It was a workout. I used to play, you know, for a couple of hours at a time, and when you're rocking out to songs over and over again, your body's moving about, like, you're getting a workout of some sort. Minecraft seems to be your hobby. Lol, full-time one, says Damalas. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. I mean, Minecraft's a hobby. But I know what you're saying. I mean, like, there's people with really interesting hobbies that do really interesting stuff. Just of most of the hobbies and stuff that I encounter, like, I'm just not that enthusiastic about anything, I guess. The things that I'm enthusiastic about are music, obviously. So anything music related would definitely tickle my fancy more, that's for sure. Asuma, would you ever consider doing a fitness, health, lifestyle series? I'd love to see some more of your process and motivation around it. Whoa, that was weird. Yeah, I always think about taking some of like what we talk about in these streams to like a podcast or something, you know, else at some point, but I don't really have the time to produce that right now. One thing that I have liked though is this guy called Naval, who kind of gives advice to business entrepreneurs, and I've been listening to his podcasts, and there's some absolute gems of information inside of there and advice. And perhaps actually that's maybe what I should look at doing a more like, hey, I talk about all these things over and over again, right? Now let's let's condense them down to something useful, and then maybe like make a useful series. But where I'm at right now with the time that I'm putting into doing this, I'm just not ready for that, and I've been saying it for years. Like, it just doesn't feel like now's the time to move on, if that makes sense, right? Or start branching out. And weirdly enough, you know, like, I've been saying it forever, my channel keeps doing better and better. Like, this last month we kind of rocketed up to 900k. I did not see that coming, you know, and again, it's like time is passing by and I'm thinking, you know, maybe next year I'll have a little bit of time and freedom to perhaps try out some different projects or whatever around what I do on the regular, but no, it's like it always swings back the other direction. So it may be some time before you see me really putting my creativity into other things, right? I guess the only other factor is if I lost interest in Minecraft, but I don't know, after this long of doing it, it just feels like it's my jam, you know? At least for now. Right, can I get out of this space? Ender pearl me out. Brilliant. People on the hill watching. Let's go mess with them. Get punched, Autumn. Oh, ow, jeez, he's there. He's there. I'm sorry. Please don't kick me. Graceful says, hi, I'm still awake somehow. What's the current topic of discussion? We were just discussing all sorts of things, really. Ow. 1 mil is too low. Get to 1 billion, says One Eye Louie. And colleague says you'll be at 1 mil in no time. If the growth keeps up the way it is, which I don't really expect it to. I mean, I don't really have an expectation. Expectations lead to disappointment. There's no point me expecting anything, really. Just go with the flow. What happens, what happens. But if it did keep its current momentum, then by the end of the year, quite likely to hit 1 million, which is just bonkers. That really is bonk. I will have to actually do some sort of special event for that one. I don't know what on earth I would do. I actually think I do know what I'd do. I'd probably try and gather loads of like historical Minecraft worlds of mine and do like a tour of, I don't know, old tutorials, stuff like that, right? Try and bring that whole Minecraft journey together in one big thing. Hey, could you show off the end hub at the end of the stream, says Kitty Meow Meow. Yeah, I could do. If you could... Actually, no, I can teleport myself there. Because I know the coordinates. Yeah, we could show it off. It's incredible. You're the third most subscribed hermit, says Jorgado. I don't think I am. Mumbo, Corrales and Grian have got more subscribers than me, I know that. And Efo. And BOO. Yeah, no, I'm not the third most. The entire 1 million special should be in Boring Voice X. Oh god, that would be impossible. That would be impossible. Give us a download link of the maps of all past Hermitcraft seasons, says Skillful Road Train. You can go to hermitcraft.com for that if you want it. I actually like that we've never truly seen Asuma's face, says Hades Stamps. I'm glad you like it, because that's the way it is. If you like it, it's a good thing. If you don't, it'll bother you. Look at us, we're getting it done. We're getting it done. Do you watch CGP Grey on YouTube, says Mr. Polymath? I do, but not like, not too often. He does a lot of that history, alternative history stuff, right? And it's far too much speculation for me to enjoy. It's like you can kind of speculate anything if you wanted to. If you look at history and wonder, oh, what if it went different? Harold says, if you want to see Asuma's face, you should have been there at the last face reveal. Yeah. Yeah, should have been there, you know, peeps. You missed out on the last one. Right. Let's put in these little markers here. I guess we're moving on to glass next. We're moving up in the world, peeps. Ooh, my time is not on the screen. There we go, let's drop that down. Loony Lizard, I like your message. I like that. Thanks. For 1 million, you should do a face reveal, except it's not really a face, just some random person you're lip sync with. Look, if you really want to see my face reveal video is on my second channel. It's no big secret, you know. One Eye Louie has subscribed. Tier 1, One Eye Louie. Thank you ever so much for subscribing. I appreciate you doing that. Welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for your support. Oh man, the view from over here is going to be cool looking on those gardens, isn't it? Your every Jade Twitch says X should post a pic of his face on the community tab and then delete it a second afterwards. Oh, that thing will get screen grabbed instantly. Instantly. Also, Jim Cap says, Assumer, I think an advice podcast will work really well. Would you mind spelling out the other podcast so I can look it up? What podcast? If I talked about myself in the context of a podcast, I'm referring to these live streams. People say they're very podcasty, which I'd happen to agree with. All right, these peeps are building up the tops. I like that. I'm gonna grab some of this glass and fill in some of these windows. You know. Also, there's blatantly going to be some junk assembling now. There we go. I'll do this. So, the stuff kind of looks blue to me, but when I concentrate, I think I can see... that wasn't what I was expecting. Wait, did I... Oh, that was bizarre. I don't know how I didn't place glass then. What on earth happened there? Okay, so I should probably go... Yeah, we'll do it one layer at a time. Is it... No, it's white there, isn't it? There's probably a pattern to this, and I'll figure it out as we go along. You have the best background music, says AJ O'Royal. I'm glad you like it. I think it's far more broad and universal and just cheerful and upbeat. Like, a lot of people here are fans of video games, and it's like VGM music, you know, so it'll probably sound quite at home for a lot of people. Maybe not the same when I'm playing the old dungeon synth. Maybe not the same then. Garth says you can press Alt and see what block. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh man, I need to see that again at some point. That's a classic. You know, some movies, some comedies just demand being watched again. Okay. Oh, that's already been placed. Okay, that was confusing. Only for me. Only I would be confused by such a thing. Man, the glass kind of freaks out the whole schematic display, which doesn't help as well. Kind of makes it a bit awkward to look at. Okay, and then that block's actually there, isn't it? But you don't like that one. No. It's the other... Oh, jeez. This isn't... It's Silk Touch. Alright, now when we... I think... I'm breaking the build apart now. There we go. Yeah, that's weird to look at, isn't it? The way it goes through the glass. Alright. I think we should step back for a second. Oh, that's so weird. Stop it. There we go. Looking good. Looking good in the hood, homie. X, do you think you can beat the whole game without ever mining iron? Says E-Putty. If you trade with a villager, can you get iron tools? I guess you could probably just get emerald tools and then go mine diamonds, so In terms of getting to diamond tools and armor, yeah, probably. I don't know. It's a good question. Overall, what do you think about MC Dungeons, says Peter Bro? Well, it ain't out yet, so I don't have much of an opinion on it yet. I'm certainly hopeful that it'll be something like Diablo 2. If it's anything like Diablo 2, oh my goodness me, I'll probably enjoy it ever so much. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun, you know. Emerald tools? Don't tell me I said emerald tools. Shut up. I definitely did not say emerald. Oh my goodness me. Did I say emerald? Are you trolling me? I mean, I can at least explain that I had emeralds in mind because that's what those old villagers like to trade with. But don't tell me no. Oh, not again. Stupid brain. Oh, I need a replacement. Oh, now I've done that. Now I've done that. No. Go. Double derp. Double derp. Out of nowhere. Whole stream. Everything's going smooth. Slick. Having a good time. Hanging out with the peeps. Nice conversation. Talking well. Talking about this. Talking about that. Out of nowhere. Double derp. Just like that. Just like that. Jeez, I should resign. I should give up this streaming business. Clearly no good at it. Okay. Is that actually there? I think it is. I think that's there. So I can do that. Sweet. Okay. And then go up one more. Made the mistake. Okay, so I can't actually. Nope, not that one. Okay, sweet. And then we need some stone bricks on the front and the side of it. It's looking good. It's looking good. I think we should have a fly around and look at some of the other areas as well. Skillful Road Train says, just watched your face reveal. I am laughing so hard now. You're laughing at my face. It's not that funny. Why does everyone laugh at my face reveal video? Jeez, it's on my second channel, by the way, peeps. I don't know why I'm always laughing at it. Goodness me. Reveal your face, get laughed at. Also, Jim Cap says earlier I suggested a health advice series and you suggested another podcast that was aimed at entrepreneurs. Oh, Naval, Naval on YouTube. Does a series of very short, like, 2 to 5 minute podcasts that get straight to the point about stuff. Also, some of the stuff he said had like a lot of parallels with some of the ways I've looked at doing YouTube and things in my life, so I don't know, like it was really good. Not all of it is relevant, not all of it is like applicable. A lot of it is aimed at like business entrepreneurship and being productive, but I found there were some real gems in there here and there. Gamer Chick says, by the way, I still know what you did last summer. It's on YouTube. What, the whole movie? I've never seen that one though. That was just one of those movies in the 90s that was like talked about or whatever, and I never actually saw it, I think. Maybe I did see it. I do like watching 90s movies. Makes me feel young again. Right, I guess I don't know, I'm thinking I might do some work on something a little different, maybe put some of these bushes into place. One thing's for sure, all of this over here can get ripped out. In fact, let's start at the top and work our way down in case we accidentally remove something we don't need to. That's right, Autumn. That's right. Oh, no, don't try and escape. I was going to leave you on that block. Ugh. Yeah, it kind of looks like a lot of this can just go. Ah! Okay, now I'm mining the wrong blocks. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's weird. Sorry to ask, but did you find out about Grian losing 4.5 stacks of diamonds? Grian hasn't contacted me and asked for any assistance or help with it. And I've had it expressed to me in many different ways through messages in my comments, which makes me believe that maybe Yol misunderstood what was going on or something, because he hasn't messaged me about it. if there were a problem, he could of course get in touch and I can fix it. So I think maybe he just lost them through his own means. I don't know. Right, what's going on there? It's dirt. Don't like dirt. Must be replaced with grass. Could probably let it spread. We'll do this the slow way. Skulls Gamer says no, Grian had it happen. He weirdly didn't comment. It was in his inner chest and it randomly disappeared. Well, if he didn't comment on it, then maybe that's because he moved his diamond somewhere else. And Raging Fire says, I think he is trolling us. Well, there you go. He could just be trolling you. He hasn't contacted me about it, so I don't know what that means. Right, I see. So basically over here it's all flat, is the dealio. Oh, this stuff here hasn't been placed, or has it? Okay, that'll help. So if I do that... Ah, it's just grass. Some of this we could really just leave and let transition, I guess, over time. We've got a noise in the ear from Pony Hunter 11876 doing cheers and throwing those bits, saying, well, X, you kept my brain going during my coding. Have some more bits and I hope to catch you another time. Pony Hunter, thank you ever so much for the bits. I hope you enjoyed your time with us at this live stream and hope the coding went well. Thank you so much for your contribution. I'll see you next time then. Let's go press the buttons. By the way, we're probably going to do another LPMT stream on Friday, and then I'll probably do a Hermitcraft stream on the weekend. That's kind of what I'm thinking about at the moment. But nothing's set in stone. Did you see El Mango's entry to your... You see what I did there? El Mango entry, El Mangtree, I don't know what I said. Entry to your Furnace XP Farm Challenge. Yeah, I did see it. I've also been in communication with him. He's been sending me designs and I sent him some of the ones people sent me, and we've come up with something really, really awesome and compact. It is now being built on Hermitcraft. There's a spoiler from my episode after next, and it is going to take a ton of redstone. It's going to be awesome. Ilmangtree says Triple Think. Yes, you've written it the way I said it. Ilmangtree. That's exactly how I did. Triple Think says Emerald Tools, really? Wasn't that like 5 minutes ago? Can we move on? Please. Gamer Chick says, I'm also a little weird. I love scary movies. I love scary movies. They just don't scare me anymore. I used to love it when I got scared to death by them. I really miss that. I really want to see a good scary movie again sometime. I really do feel like I've lost the scare factor though. I've just watched too many of them. I went into this like rabbit hole once of like getting all these imported Japanese like handheld sounds very dodgy. Handheld horror movies. They had a whole scene for it, and I remember there was this one where like they eventually make their way to this location, and you see all these ghosts like rise up out of the ground in like daylight and swirl around this tree, and it was like horrifying. I was like, oh god. Epic One Online says, do you plan free time for yourself just to relax? Not really. I mean, I do make sure I've got like, you know, time to sit down at the end of the day, maybe half an hour just to tune out before I go to bed. That's really just to wind down for sleep. I don't do well with free time. Like, if I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing, and I just kind of twiddle my thumbs, and then I get antsy. I get all like, oh, need to do something. I need to be productive. Jack Bush 1022 is here. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Jack Bush, thank you ever so much. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying today's stream. Graceful in chat says found footage films. Yes, that's what they're called, isn't it? Found footage films. By the way, just popped into my head. Movie that I really like. Not going to say it's the best horror movie ever, but it's one that really struck me as just being really interesting and fun. I think it could have been executed maybe a little bit better. And I can't remember what the name of it, which is brilliant because, you know, great way to suggest a movie. It's got something to do with Paris and being in the catacombs underneath it. And I know that the movie poster is red, and there's like I think maybe like a black hand, or the Eiffel Tower is black on the front. It's on Netflix. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of that one, because that is a really good one. Zenny Zero's here, subscriber for Amazon Prime. Zenny Zero, thank you ever so much for the Prime subscription. Appreciate your support. Lego2151 has got it. As above, so below. That is the name of the movie. As above, so below is the one. You got it, my man. Just mysteriously drops off the edge. Do we have any leaves over here? I'm going to drop off some of this stuff that I've been making an absolute mess of. Yeah, there's glass there now. And I'll go get some leaves, I think. Gamer Chick says that movie freaked her out. Yeah, it's when I first watched it, I was still in like the scare zone, right? So it freaked me out as well. When I watched it the second time, it was like I kind of know everything. Oh, it's just I love the way it's such an adventure going into all these different areas and seeing all this different like little things. You know what I mean? Like you go. I don't want to give anything away. Anyone who likes horror and found footage should probably check that out. It is a found footage film, isn't it? Or at least it's shot by the people acting. Right, what did I come over here for? Leaves, 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 leaves. Here we go. So I think most of the ones out the front are a particular type. Probably none of these. I think they're jungle leaves. What have we got? We've got a mess over here. What are these? Jungle leaves, I guessed correctly. Ah! Aha! There they are, thank you ever so much. Let's go place down some jungle leaves next, out the front of that area up there. What film are we talking about? Says Flip from the Flop. As above, so below is the name. Have you watched The Conjuring? Says Skillful Retro. Yeah, I have. I love The Conjuring, that movie was great, and its second one as well. And there is a Haunting of Hip Hop House 2 on the way, right? What is Haunting of Hip Hop House? That sounds amazing. Oh. I'm microwaving a potato and it's screaming. Is that bad? Says Hades Stamp. Nah, potatoes scream all the time, even when you don't microwave them. That's why I avoid the potato aisle in the shops, you know. Too loud over there. Those are oak in your hands, says Waffle. Yes, they are. But there are some jungle. So, I don't know what happened there, but I'll take the jungle ones. I'll take those. Right, I'm going to start over there, where the blocks are. Is that yellow supposed to be there? Is it a yellow berry? Oh no, don't be doing this to me. I can kind of see which one's the jungle, actually. So we've got to mix it up by the looks of it. And then we've got our oaks. Well, I can do that if I concentrate. It's kind of quite visible. Sweet. And Carl says, oops, I missed that yellow wall. Okay, well, I won't rebuild it. I'll leave it out. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh my word. How long was I quiet for then? I totally just like, you know when you're driving and you start like thinking about something and then you're like all of a sudden, oh, I don't remember driving down that street. I just started thinking about something and then I was like, I'm streaming. They see me rolling. They hating. Oh. yeah, I just totally like zoned out for a second there. I just started thinking about something entirely different, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like talking to people here. Rude. Just stop talking all of a sudden. Goodness me. Manners. Need to work on them, don't I? I used to do that on the way to work all the time, says GL Girl 1. Do you know what? Walking, you probably do it more than any other time, but it's probably also the time you question it the least. I do a lot of walking. It's so automatic. Just don't think about it. Or maybe not. Maybe walking's quite slow and docile. The fact that you can be in charge of like machinery, like the giant metal box of death charging down the road, like that makes you more concerned about, oh, what was I just doing the last few minutes, you know? Do you like the rain, says Ched the Best. I like the rain when it's not inconvenient to me, yeah. You know, I like the rain at a situation when I like it, like listening to it, falling asleep at night. I don't like it when you're caught outside in it. That's for sure. Show weeds! The next layer. Let's do it. Do you prefer winter or summer, says Fishwash? I think I prefer the in-betweens, actually. But I would always say, I would probably always pick winter over summer, purely because I don't like being hot, because it's harder to get cold. If you're cold, it's kind of easier to warm yourself up, it feels like, to me. At least that's how I feel. Thunderstorms are my favourite, says Autumn Leaves. You know, the last thunderstorm I had at night, I woke up and then I was like, oh, thunderstorm. Oh, I need to sleep. Put in the earplugs. And then the next day I was like, man, thunderstorms don't happen too often. I think next time there's one at night, I'm going to stay up and just watch it, regardless of what my plans are the next day. You know? You know, it might be dead next week. Sorry to be a little bit grim, but it's true, you know. You know, it might be my last week. I want to watch a thunderstorm. Make it happen. Are you using a plugin to see what blocks place, says Mayoki? Nah, it's a client-side mod called Schematica. A plugin, well, actually, a plugin might be able to do something like that, I guess. Show the client ghost blocks. That's interesting. A client-side schematic. It would probably have to do something like display miniature blocks using armor stands or entities, which would probably be kind of intensive. There we go. Getting through this. How tall is this thing? My goodness me, it's 4 blocks tall down here. Sneaky Luke is being sneaky and sneaking in with a sneaky resubscription with the old sneaky Amazon Prime for 2 sneaking months in a row. Sneaky Luke, thank you ever so much for the support, dude. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Winnie in chat says Lightmatica is the mod. It runs on the Rift launcher. Yes, that is absolutely true. The Rift launcher, though, having some absolute troubles keeping that thing running. You might find it a pain in the butt to install, unfortunately. One Eye Louie says I can play on the community server on the Switch, or is it PC only? We're a PC community over here. We don't support anything else, I believe. Just Java Edition, which is the original edition, and I don't think it's the most played. I think Bedrock is the most played. You know, that's probably the one that's on Switch. But it's certainly where all the content creators, you know. Well, what's going on with these 3 then? What are you? You're something different. Jeez, they're roadclips. Ah! Father Apocalypse says, AX, what do you think about the Nintendo Switch Lite? A $100 less option, and it's only handheld. Not a lot, really, because I don't really care much for Nintendo or consoles or whatever. Excuse me. Asuma, have you followed the new launch of the new AMD hardware? Not really. I mean, I'm I'm sure it's a little bit better than the last stuff, right? That's usually how it goes. Skulls and Gamer says, what's your favourite build in Hermitcraft? Scar's base is absolutely incredible on that server, very inspiring. Ooh, that was wrong. Okay, and then that's Oak Leaves right there. Huh. Oh, it's probably got a like a different block value or something like that. Usually, how that goes. Nvidia still ahead in GPUs, says Butterfly. Yeah, I guess they are. I don't know. I don't really get sucked too much into the whole hardware stuff. Like the same old thing over and over again. Just hey, here's this new thing that's a little bit better than the last. Hey, we've done another layer. Let's go up by one. And do these ones. What's your favourite season? Mine is autumn, but maybe BC because I'm named after it says autumn leaves. I thought you were going to say like Hermitcraft season. I was like, season 6, man. What are the specs of your computer, says Stuff and Things. I got a i9 900K thing and a 1070 graphics card. People always go on about how they're like paired wrong or whatever, but my plan was simply to, I wanted to have a very beefy CPU, so, you know, no Minecraft issues. Like earlier today I was running like 3 Minecrafts and a server and it was all just, you know, humming along just fine. It looks like something's been missed here. Oh. Yeah, what's going on here? How have we done this? What was I saying? Yeah, but my plan is just to upgrade the graphics card later. Like, I didn't really like the look of the 280 stuff very much. It wouldn't have made much of a difference to rendering time, and it's all about this new technology that isn't really being utilized, and it just seemed very over the top for my needs. So I got a 1070. I did have a 970 before, so I got a 1070, and you know what, I'm pretty happy with it. It's fine. It actually, the two together, I think halved or did over half of my rendering speed, so that's really great. I'm fine with that. So yeah, at some point in the future I'll probably get a whatever the thing is at that time to get, and that'll probably be in like 4 or 5 years. And it should do all right with the CPU because it's so crazy powerful. That's my thinking anyway. There is no reason to go for anything above a 1070 for your needs. However, the i9 900K makes loads of sense for your user cases. Harold, I'm glad you agree. Jeez, the amount of people that have been telling me I'm doing it wrong. It seemed right to me. I know Minecraft uses CPU more than it does GPU. And I only really need that extra GPU juice for rendering, so it all sort of made sense to me. They need leaves, says Lion Badger. I need leaves. Check chat. Oh, wait, oak are the ones I've run out of though. So I couldn't spare any. Do you normally render videos using X264, CPU encoding, or do you use GPU acceleration, says Butterfly? I use GPU acceleration. I would love a 1070, all I've got is a 690, says Dragon in Shadows. Yeah, that might be quite the jump. What did I have before the 970? I had an ATI card actually, so I don't really know what the equivalent of that was. I thought MC used more GPU. We replaced our graphics card and it made it 1,000,000 times different, says Amzamo5. It depends. It depends. Oh, there we go. There's some oak leaves. It depends, like, from what. Like, if you've got a really basic graphics card, then a better one will make a difference. There's a threshold. There's parts of the game the GPU handles and there's parts the CPU handle. Most of it, though, is done through the CPU. It's just the way it was coded. It wasn't, you know, Java's a very inefficient programming language for gaming. but it's widely supported, so, you know. Anyway, yeah, it turns out like a big chunk of your performance is going to come from... Oh, I see. It's going to come from your CPU, but, you know, a big boost can be made by having the, I guess you could call it like the minimum requirements for a GPU, which my 970 was quite a big jump from what I had before, but from 1070 to 970, pretty much nothing, like in terms of graphics. It's the CPU that did all the magic for Minecraft performance upgrading. Asuma, what is this, a garden or a manor, or a botanical garden? It's a botanical garden! How much RAM do you have on your PC, says Stuff and Things? I have 32 gigs, which I think is, well, I know it's overkill. The only time I'm ever going to really need to use that is if I do modded Minecraft and I want to do multiple camera accounts. It's the only time I ever really got stretched with 16 gigs. So, unless you're going to do something like that, I wouldn't recommend getting more than 16 for playing Minecraft. 8 will probably be fine if you don't do much multiple camera type stuff, right? There's also some trickery you can do, like let's say you're trying to be economical with 8. You could give all your resources to your camera account that's recording, making the video, and you could run your playing account with like less stuff going on, right? Maybe cap the frame rate at 30, lower the resolution. There's other little tricks, lower the render distance, so you can make it so that client uses less resources. And then your time-lapse footage could end up looking, you know, absolutely fine, whereas the one that you're playing on is, yeah, like not using as many resources. Right, here's what we're going to do, peeps. We're going to, yeah, get a feel for the area, the scope of the project behind us. I mean, it's massive, basically. Then we're going to do that and see what's been done so far. So over here, there's been a little bit of this building coming together and a pathway, which is kind of exciting. Whew, there's a lot to be done though overall, right? And the bushes are developing around the front. It's really nice to see it all come together. Oh, for a second there I thought that was the bit I was working on. I was like, where's the rest of it? We started over there, didn't we? Sweet. Harold says, however, assuming the new AMD processors run on a new chipset, which comes with the new PCIe 4.0, which allows you to have some insane transfer speed from your NVMe drives. Yeah, but Minecraft won't take advantage of that, will it? I've already got NVMe on the motherboard through the PCI, and it's, you know, you don't ever really see how much it juices up the computer. Just maybe occasionally you notice things are a bit swifter. Oh, apparently your Mango updated the updated furnace design. He told me to do that, but he shared with me several designs. You might not see the one that I'm going to do, but I'll check out his video. Let's go... Oh, there's a lot of these. Oh, I need to do something quickly. Okay, then... what is it? TP. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. What's this right here? It's our end hub. Our glorious, beautiful, most magical, amazing, over-the-top, ridiculous, wonderful hub ever. It is actually bonkers. I mean, woo! Jeez! This is just some of the stuff that's been built on this server. I mean, that is actually pretty exceptional, isn't it? Woohoo! And there's a dragon down the bottom here. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a build, right? That's where we're going to wrap up today's stream, peeps. We'll be doing another one on Friday if all goes to plan. Before you head out of here, be sure to hit the follow button. And stick around if you'd like to be a part of the raid. I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. I appreciate your support. And I'm going to send you over to Domino, who is actually playing on the server right now, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. can check, I guess. Yeah, they're on the server, so if you want more LPMT action, you know what to do. Hit the raid button in chat. Hit that button right now. And anyway, thank you again, everyone. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.